All right, think about this for a second. The moment you walk into a room, before you've even said hello, you've already made a statement. You've already said something. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. This idea that your body, yeah, your physical body, is your own personal billboard. It's constantly broadcasting a message to everyone you meet. So that leads us right to the big question of this whole explainer. And look, it might be a little uncomfortable to think about, but it's important. If your body really is an advertisement for who you are, what's it advertising right now? Okay, so let's break this down. The concept itself is actually pretty simple, but it is incredibly powerful. Long before you ever shake a hand or tell someone your name or share a single one of your brilliant ideas, your physical presence has already told a story. It really is your silent introduction to the world. And what exactly makes up this impression? Well, think about it. It's things like your posture. Are you standing tall or are you hunched over? It's how you hold your shoulders. And it's even the kind of energy you project into a room. All of these things, they mix together to create that silent first impression. It's like a living, breathing advertisement for you that, get this, you can't ever switch off. Okay, so this brings us to the next kind of logical step in all of this. If you're out there broadcasting a message, well, that means someone's on the other end receiving it, right? And whether we like it or not, and a lot of us probably don't, people are instinctively, automatically reading and interpreting every single one of those physical signals. And the speed at which this happens is it's stunning. People read your body just like they'd scan a headline. In literally a fraction of a second, their brain is making all these subconscious calls about you, about whether they trust you, whether they respect you. And all of this happens before you've even had a chance to open your mouth. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's so unfair. That's superficial. And honestly, it's easy to feel that way. But this isn't really about being mean or judgmental. It's just a fundamental part of how we humans interact. It's like this ancient primal wiring in our brains designed to assess people and situations really, really quickly. It's not personal, it's just human nature. And, that snap judgment, it can be brutally honest. The message that a neglected body sends can be incredibly powerful and not in a good way. It's captured perfectly in this quote. Every soft belly, every hunched back, screams louder than words. I quit on myself. Wow, that's a story you might be telling the world without even knowing it. So, if we're all basically walking billboards, it really boils down to a choice. A choice between two very, very different advertisements. Let's take a look at what those two ads are. And man, these two messages could not be more different. On one hand, you've got the billboard of excellence. This is the one that advertises discipline, strength, resilience, and self-mastery. But on the other hand, you've got the billboard of excuses. This one projects neglect, weakness, self-disrespect, and wasted potential. The difference is it's night and day, and trust me, people feel that difference instantly. And here's the absolute key to understanding all this. When you walk into a room with a strong frame with focused energy, you don't have to say a word about your work ethic. You don't have to prove you're disciplined. Why? Because they can see it. Your body becomes the living, breathing proof of your self-mastery. And that perception, that idea of self-mastery, it ripples out into everything else. It goes way beyond just the physical. I mean, listen to this statement. A man or woman who can't even control their own body has no business talking about controlling their future. That's a pretty intense take, right? But it really drives home this idea of personal responsibility. Okay, but let's be super clear about something, because this is important. This is not about having to look like a professional athlete or a supermodel. Not at all. The message isn't perfection. The message is effort. It's about the visible evidence that you're trying. It's about consistency. It's about showing that you take pride in the one thing in this world that you truly 100% own, your body. All right, so after all that, here's the good news. In fact, it's the best news. That billboard we've been talking about, it's not set in stone. It's not permanent. You're the designer, and you have all the power you need to completely redesign that advertisement. And the tools you need for this big redesign, they're actually really straightforward. They're available to literally everyone. What are they? It's every single workout you decide to do. It's every healthy meal you consciously choose to eat. It's every hour of good, restorative sleep you get. These are your paintbrushes. This is how you create your new message.
And you know what? That's the real beauty of this process. This kind of change doesn't happen in a flash overnight. It happens one step at a time, one rep at a time. Every single small, consistent thing you do is a deliberate choice. It's you actively rebuilding and refining the ad you're showing to the entire world.
So here we are, right back at that fundamental choice. When you strip everything else away, it really just comes down to a decision between two paths, two billboards. Are you going to advertise excellence, or are you going to advertise excuses? You know, we live in a world that's just full of noise, right? It's full of filters and Photoshop and these perfectly crafted images of people's lives. But your body is one of the few things left that just can't lie. It's so much more than just a vessel you live in. It is the raw, honest, unfiltered truth of your personal commitment, and it's on display for everyone to see. That is your real brand.
So, as we wrap this up, I just want to leave you with one final thought to take with you. Right now, in this very moment, your brand is on full display. So the only question left is, what does it say?